welcome back. This time we are going to go over ways to ghost your troops. So when we are talking about battle, whether it's on battlefield or during server war, we often say ghosting. And what we mean by ghosting is it's making your troops busy or hiding them as to where they cannot be attacked by anybody. So I know of pretty much 7 ways to ghost or protect your troops. The first way is using your bunker. Okay, and I mean, that is a given, that is an easy thing. But the bunker doesn't really hide that many troops. So see, I only have room for 225,000 troops. Of course, my bunker is small. It's only level 28. But even if we were to make it a larger level, it's still not going to hide that much. See, you only get to bunker 1,000,000 if it's at level 45. So, also, you can't use bunker on the battlefield. Okay, you can't use it in Kalen's BOG or BOC. Bunker is only usable when you are on your server or if you're competing in server war and on the other server. Okay, the second one is to rally on a boss monster. So here I am right next to a boss zombie. Okay, and when you when you do an alliance war on a boss monster, usually you want to choose 60 minutes. Okay, and the best thing to do is just do a full march. Okay, if you're going really fast, just do default troops that it does, and that's always going to be your top troops. Or if you want to be a little more prepared for attacking, then you can choose your march presets and ghost your presets each time, so it's easy to get those troops or that march back. But we chose at 60 minutes. I'm just ghosting my top level troops, and let's march. So there we have my troops in an hour-long rally. And while they are in that rally, they are safe from attack. And you know what? We can just keep ghosting on that same monster. And like what I said, if you just do default, it's just going to go with your top troops. So that's really handy if you're ghosting really quickly, like if you're in active battle, because those top troops, you're protecting them. Also, it's ghosting those right away is going to protect yourself from losing a lot of power and also losing a lot of points if a stronger enemy attacks. So let's just keep ghosting, and we'll just keep doing the default ones. And I'll just do all of my marches. So I'm able to do 6 marches, and I have all of those troops ghosting now. So you can see that is what 178 plus 129 is 207 plus, so that's 321. 321 plus that is going to be 415. 415 plus 73 is 490. So we're looking at about 550 million in power being protected there by rallying that monster with all my top troops and doing a full march each time. Okay, so that is nice when you are doing server war. It's nice if you have to ghost your troops for whatever reason on your own server. And it's nice if you have to ghost your troops in Kalen's or BOG, Battle of Gaugamela, however you say that. But Battle of Constantinople does not have monsters, so you're not able to do that in BOC. So monsters are great because when you're ghosting on a monster, only your own alliance members can see you doing that. So if we go back to that alliance war, you can see all my rallies on that zombie. and all my alliance members can see that too. However, a downside of ghosting on a monster is that you are using stamina each time you start a rally, just like normal. You are using stamina and you're wasting stamina. So a little tip there is that whenever you are ghosting on a monster, if you're worried about using stamina, especially if you're doing it really fast and you burn through your stamina really quickly and you're worried about having to replenish, have a low level boss monster bookmarked and easy to use. A zombie monster, what was that, like 10, 15 stamina compared to, like a behemoth, I think is 40, 45. Yes, so choose a small boss to ghost on. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's cancel those. And of course, if you're ghosting on a monster and somebody joins your march, they're essentially ghosting their troops too, now that they've joined you. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Cancel, 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 and cancel. Used to be quicker to do that, but then they did an upgrade, which makes you cancel at the bottom of the screen instead of right next to where that march line is. Okay. So that was, so far we've done bunker, rally on a monster. You can also ghost on another keep. So I am right next to a dead keep here. So let's ghost on that. Ghost, ghost, and ghost all my default top troops. And again, we're going to have about 550 million power of troops and higher level troops ghosted there. So a great thing about ghosting on a dead keep is that it does not use stamina, and that is wonderful. However, a bad thing about ghosting on a keep is that that player can see that you are ghosting on them. They can also see what you are ghosting on them, and they can see your coordinates. So it's showing my coordinates. So you have to be very careful if you are in battle doing that, if you're trying to hide, because they're going to find you. They're going to find you. They can trace you, and they can also see what troops you're ghosting, so they can know what troops are out. So if you cancel your ghosting, they know what troops are going back to your keep, so they can plan accordingly to attack. So, but like I said, you don't use stamina, so that's pretty nice. And we shall cancel that. Cancel. And cancel. 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 So that keep is a dead keep. It's not part of an alliance. So if it weren't dead, just that player would see that I was ghosting on them and would see where my location was and what troops I was using. However, if that keep is part of an alliance, all of their alliance members can see that too. They can look in their alliance war area and it would show who's ghosting on which of their keeps and where and the troops and such. So again, when you're in Battlefield and also server war, savvy players will be looking at that alliance war area to see who is ghosting on their players and where they are and what they are using. All right, so that is part 1. Let's stop that here and then I'll start a part 2.